Hey everybody, I'm BJ.
Hey y'all, I'm Aleatha.
And this is another episode of Off the Record. So one thing that we decided we would do is that...
You're so ridiculous.
One thing we decided we would do is... Aleatha hates the comments of our TikTok. So some of these podcasts, there's a clip or two we might put on TikTok. And then a lot of them have gone, I would call them viral, 50,000 views or more. But a lot of them have gone viral. And some people comment. And so
I don't read them.
No, she doesn't.
I don't go on there. I don't look at it. I don't do any of that because I don't care.
So I thought we would play a clip of it for you. I'll get Danny to splice that in here, and then I would read a few of the comments and get her reaction from them. So
ain't this terrible? What these people in here do?
So
God Almighty.
Here's one of them. It's about Aleatha comparing COVID tests to.
Wait a minute. I just need you to prepare me a little bit first. Are these people gonna make me mad?
Some might, some may be right on. Preach it, girl. Some might make you mad.
All right.
So the first one is about Aleatha. There was a segment where Aleatha compared the availability and accuracy of pregnancy tests to COVID tests.
Why can't we have the COVID test be like the pregnancy test? I can go to the Dollar General and get a pregnancy test for $1 and find out in 3 minutes if I've got a living, breathing human being inside of my body, and it's $1. $5, $14, whatever you want to call the price of it. Pregnancy test developed in 3 minutes and are accurate as
So
this is terrible.
We had a couple dozen comments on this, and one of them just said Dollar General. Another lady said preach. Mm-hmm. And someone was real. They were just like supply and demand. That's why companies that need.
Okay, Karen, sit down.
All right, and then someone said we can, but it's not as lucrative to those who want control.
I didn't need any. I don't see. That's what I'm telling you right there. I didn't say what I said because I needed anybody to explain anything to me. I'm just saying this is how I felt about it when I had COVID.
Right. Another lady said no gum, please.
Please link her at this woman's name and link her to the video where I already discussed how I did not give a shit that because we had little cameras on about chewing gum. Right. No gum, please. She needs, where she's at right now, sitting in a first grade class telling somebody to spit their gum out. That's what she is, that hateful teacher I had in first grade who was so mean.
Let's see. Amen. And the Dollar General has $1 drug test, and they work for $1.
I'm trying to tell you the Dollar General is where it's at.
And someone said Dollar Tree, $1 or $1.25.
Oh,
because they went up.
Everybody's all mad. They're all mad about that.
Or at least put Chick-fil-A in charge of testing. They know how to move a line.
They do know how to move a line, and Dunkin' Donuts needs to adopt their system. By the way, side note. That's all. That's a whole nother thing.
Also, that was fun. That was the first video. Now let's go to the next video.
Okay.
I think maybe when I'm getting older, I'm becoming more of a conspiracy theorist and a lot less trustful of the government.
You get more ornery.
Mighty ornery. And I'm fine with it. I don't care. I saw a meme this morning that said, I used to walk into a room and be like, I hope these people like me. But now I walk in a room trying to figure out, do I like any of y'all? Right. That's where I am in my life right now.
What's so funny is she gets worked up, and then I'm over here and I'm just going, oh my God. I can't believe she just said that.
I meant every word of it.
All right, so there's 4 dozen comments on this.
Oh my God.
I'm getting more and more like you, Aleatha. Girl, same. Mm-hmm. How have I not met this woman yet?
I probably wouldn't like you if you did. Hashtag leave me alone. I'm old.
Someone said, me too, girl. My friend list gets shorter and shorter.
Yes.
No time for BS.
No time. I don't have time for it. I'm going to die soon. I don't have time for that kind of energy in my life. Just leave me alone.
There's a lot of yes, girls, spot on. Walking in a room knowing people don't like me. I side-eyed everybody that I don't know. So she don't like people either.
I don't know about her. Say it how she said that. I feel like she's just mad because nobody don't like her. See, I don't have that problem.
Oh, really?
I don't have the problem with nobody liking me. My problem is I don't like nobody.
I've been walking in rooms like that for years. My daughter says my aura is quote, approach at your own risk, end quote.
Yeah.
Let's see. A lot of same. This girl said, my new bestie. And
Hey, girl.
another person said, who stole my sound? Because they like it. Let's see. I can't use that one because it drops the F-bomb in that one. But so a lot.
That's probably my people.
You got a lot of people agree with you on that one.
Of course I do. You know why? Because it's common sense. Nobody has it anymore.
So that was our segment on what do we call that? Aletha's reaction to TikTok.
Yeah,
comment?
reaction. I guess. I reckon that's what you did. I hate to throw back again to a little bit of common sense, but I think it would take us a long way in government.
Right.
Where are those people who want to run for office? You know. What about you, BJ? You come to mind immediately.
My God. And look, it's
he ain't gonna do it.
Man, it's so partisan. It's so kiss the ring kind of a thing that you've got to approach. You see grown men like groveling at other grown men. I mean, women too, but to make sure their thing gets passed, or to make sure I grease your campaign here or there because I want this over here. It's politics 101. It's just the higher up you go,
it's terrible. It's just a bunch of people walking around applauding for themselves and patting themselves on the back. And I hate it. I hate politics. I hate all that. I'm not a person that's easily impressed to start with. I don't care who you are, what your last name is, what your mama got, what your granddaddy did. I don't care. I care about if you're a good person, if you do the right thing by people, and if you treat people with kindness and respect. And you can do that no matter your age, race, creed, religion, status, etc., etc. Right? And so that's just how I am as a person. And in my heart, I feel like there's a lot of people that are that way. And you just get so disgusted seeing all this fake mess, which we've talked about that before too. Social media has really allowed everybody to be fake now.
But the reality is, as true and authentic as you were just then, and you are every single day.
Yeah.
The reality is, you also understand that that's going to turn a lot of people off.
Yeah, I just don't care.
And which means that it makes it difficult for you to win a popularity contest, which is an election.
Pit me up against somebody.
You know how much I would love to
Let's do a fake election where I run as my 100% true self against someone else who is going to play the political game here.
Right.
And let people decide who they'd rather have in office. There's a reason why Trump got elected.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
The truth is, I'm smarter than that. I just wouldn't run.
I'm joking. I don't really want to do that. I was just kidding.
That'd be fun, though.
It would be fun.
We actually have an opportunity. We won't talk specifics, but we have an opportunity coming up where all the things we know about social media and things that we do to make to do the kind of behind the scenes for a politician.
Yeah,
and I'm really looking forward to that, because we do a lot with businesses and realtors and events and community things and a lot of fun stuff. But being able to apply some of these things we learned to a politician, I think is going to be fun, because too often politicians, they're so careful with their words. They're so polished.
But they're made to feel like they have to be.
Yeah, and my hope is if we do it the way we want to do it, you'll kind of get to see more of the human side of the person, of the being, of why this leader chooses to make this statement. Right. So hopefully we'll have a lot of fun with that. We had a young lady, she came in for job shadowing through the school system. Only going to be here 3 hours, and in the first 10 minutes, Aleatha forced her to open up the internship application and apply. Yeah, because this is a very unique atmosphere to work in, and you can just kind of tell when someone's going to fit, and I knew she was going to fit, and knew she was smart, confident, and then I liked her, and everybody knows that BJ don't let anybody do anything around here if I don't like her. That is true. That is part of the application. Does Aleatha like you? Yes or no? Because it's not going to work otherwise. It won't. It really can't. The culture here is so important to how we've developed our business model that your ability to sense whether or not someone's going to fit here. Right, that's the real deal. It's not just whether I like them or not. It's really more about understanding quickly whether or not they can assimilate into this culture, and whether it's going to make us better, or if it's going to cause us to have to work really hard for someone because they don't just naturally fit. And in our job and with what we do, as silly as it may seem to other people, that culture part is very important. And it's important because of the how fast some things happen during the day, and how much we have to adapt to what happens, because we're managing multiple social media accounts, and we're also in the news business. So sometimes we're at the forefront of that conversation, And so we might spend 15 minutes talking about the coffee machine that's broken, how we need a new one, and we're joking about that and having a funeral for whatever, a heater or whatnot. We might do some silly stuff like that, but that's because of our creative energy here.
Correct.
So that when we need to turn it on and apply it to a business or a client, it is game on.
Yeah, and you've got to be able to rise to just about any occasion, because that's just the way things are here. It's just the way we do it, and it works. You explain something to somebody and you say, okay, we'll do that.
Right.
You got to be able to answer to that.
Right.
And everyone can, and that's okay. Everybody doesn't have the same capabilities. Everybody's not meant to be our client. Everybody's not meant to be our employee.
Right.
But those who are, it's really good.
I'll tell you one of the hardest decisions I've had to make in the past year. I was telling the lady who was job shadowing us this morning, I was like, we need revenue because we're a business. We need to grow and continue to thrive, and you need a client or an advertiser to do that. But the cool thing about the way we work is our clients need us, but we need them. So that means they choose us, but it also means we choose you.
Right.
Right. We don't have to say yes to somebody.
Right.
Yeah, I want to grow and I want to be a big multi-million-dollar company, but we don't have to say yes to somebody. And one of the tough decisions I made in the past year was actually telling someone no.
Yeah, because we are different than a lot of other social media marketing companies who take a very strict, what I call strict, sterile corporate approach. And ours isn't. Ours is rooted more in authenticity.
Right.
And what's another word to say? Authenticity and speed and personality.
Right.
And you get something very unique in that way. And so it's very easy also for us to know when we're not the best fit for them.
Right.
Because we're not always going to be the best fit for them.
Someone made a post a day or two ago, and it showed a picture of a trucker convoy in Ohio. If you don't know anything about the trucker convoy, if you saw what was happening in Canada, truckers were protesting the government basically forcing vaccines on the trucking industry as well as other industries, and the truckers literally just stopped, and it was a coordinated effort and blocked all traffic to and from America and in Canada and Ottawa, and so they just basically impeded traffic for days and days, and it was a really a thorn in the side of government there, all the way to the Prime Minister. Well, then someone posted on social media the other day that the trucker convoy had made it Ohio, and and they did it with an exclamation point, like, yeah, and there was like 300 some engagements, a lot of comments on it, a bunch of shares, like people were excited about this. And I just looked at it and I said, whether you support their efforts or not, whether you support their mission or not, the fact, one thing that's really good I'll point out is that they're not burning the towns. I mean, there's a way to protest without burning things down. But they are threatening the economy, they are threatening people's jobs. And so that in of itself is getting the government's attention. But people are really excited about it. The pro-right, the pro-religious, all these, the pro-choice, all these people on extreme sides of a lot of the conversation excited about it. And I said, but let that convoy come down Highway 70 and it stop people from going to Chick-fil-A. When it starts affecting your daily life, I have a feeling you might start having a different take on whether or not you like this convoy. So in other words, as long as it happens in Canada, as long as it happens in Ohio, we're all for it. But let that thing stop your ability to go to work. Let that thing stop your ability to collect a paycheck so that you can buy groceries, or you can get rent, or you can buy that social dress that we just had to buy for my 8th grader. Let that convoy stop your life, and then let me know how excited you are about it. And that's the thing that's frustrating to me when I think about politics and leadership, is people want to have opinions and people want things to happen, but sometimes we can take it too far.
Of course.
And there needs to be some middle of the road. In my opinion, the Prime Minister of Canada should have sat down with those truckers and had a dialogue. He didn't want to put them on his level. He was very egotistical of him, in my opinion. Abraham Lincoln, I remember, I watched a little bit of episodes last night on History Channel or something, military channel. He actually would leave D.C. and go to the battlefields often and have conversations in the fields with the generals, not just with the generals, but also with the people on the front line. And when you have a leader willing to get down there and understand the needs, it makes the leader more effective, and the people trust that person
Right.
more. And that is missing. That is missing in politics today. And I think it's really unfortunate. So let that convoy stop Chick-fil-A, and you'll see Christians. They'll what I said something like they'll start questioning all things righteous and holy.
That's true.
And that is my off the record comment for today.
You heard what he said.
I said what I said. Welcome spring. You are welcome in Magi Media, and you're welcome in Aletha's life.
Yeah, spring is definitely.
Because you know what?
And summer is definitely.
You know what is devastating to me?
What?
When it is a cold morning and it's raining. Because Aleatha walks in the office and she is mad because it's cold. She's mad because it's raining.
It's true. I can't deny it.
It affects everything. So come on, sunshine and 80 degrees. We love y'all. This is BJ.
I'm Aleatha.
Y'all have a great day.